Generic greetings and welcome back to Nimbatus. In the previous episode, we fought a space snake, which is a sentence I never thought I would utter in my lifetime, so we've got that going for us, which is nice. We also took out a rogue drone base type thing where it had turrets and a transmitter tower, and we destroyed that, and that's now given us enough points so we can advance to another system. But I'm going to hold off that for a second just to go through some of the advances in technology and refinement in design that I've managed to incorporate between the last episode and this one. So if we go to visit and then select drone, we can see we now have GD2, and that is a much more advanced vessel over the GD1 for two important reasons. Firstly, it's slightly wider, and secondly, it has some logic gates in it. So if we go to edit, we'll break this thing down. So what I wanted to do originally is, for a start, make a vessel that is, well, has a center of mass actually there, right in the middle, as in it is in the center. It's only slightly offset, but yeah, the center of mass, if it's back here, then it's all kinds of bad. But as you can see, it's only just off center, so that's fine. And the thrusters to turn us round are equidistant, so they are the same away from the center, so it does actually spin on the central axis, which is good. The problem is that we can use these thrusters to turn us, but we couldn't use it to slew us left and right. And the reason for that mainly was because you can only activate the thrusters, and indeed pretty much anything that turns on or off, with just one key. Now, I don't know whether that's a deliberate decision or whether it's just an oversight. I like the idea of being able to activate things with multiple keys, or have a virtual keypad in it and do some logic that way, rather than having deliberate logic parts here, which not only have a mass, and they can be destroyed. So I don't know whether, like I say, it's a deliberate decision to force you to use these logic parts, but either way, we have to work with what we've got. So I have had a mess around, and I've made it so that these thrusters can now serve two jobs. They can either rotate us around, but also thrusters so we can go left and right. And the way we've done that is by assigning them to a real obscure key. So Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 4. Hang on. That shouldn't be Alpha 4. That should be Alpha 3. There we go. Alpha 2, 3, and then 4. And what we do is we set it so that if certain buttons are pressed, then it's going to press these other buttons. So basically it's like well, it's an if gate here, so activates the output key if the input key is pressed. So, in this case, if we press A, it will activate Alpha 1. So A is Alpha 1 here, so it's going to push this that way. And we have the same on the other side, which if we press A, it activates Alpha 4. So it means it's going to turn it anti-clockwise. Same for the other side. So if we press D, it's going to turn that way because it's going to activate these two, and it's going to activate these two here, so it's going to rotate us that way. However, we've also set it off, so if we press E, for example, it'll activate these two, and if we press E, it'll activate these two here. So that's going to thrust us that way, and then similarly from the other side. So if we go to test flight, we can press A and D, and that's going to rotate us round, and if we press E, it slews us to the right, and then Q slews us to the left. You can see it does start to list over, but it's not too much of a problem. So it's much more maneuverable, so we can actually thrust up like that rather than having to turn and go forward. And you can see the lights are activating to say that they are all working, so that's good. Obviously, we could make it a lot smarter if we wanted to. We've got lots more logic bits in here. But anyway, that's what we have done. We've also made a weapon. So there is a weapon workshop. I think I mentioned it and showed you the tech tree. So you can make your own weapon and do whatever you want. I'm just going to delete that because we don't want it. But I've made a flame here. So it's a flamethrower, and you can see like what it's got, so how much energy and damage it does, and you can see its plasma rating. But you can change it like bio and such. And I've got some upgrades as well, which I have actually unlocked. So extra digging and extra damage. So that's what I've made. I've just had a mess around. Anyway, so that's our GD2. We are going to save and exit. We are going to now go to a different system. So loading galaxy, we will go over to here and we will travel along. So traveling to Puexi, which is medium risk level. Destroy snake eggs. Nope, we're not going to be doing that. What about in this place? Actually, no, this place here. Let's travel there. There's no way I'm dealing with snakes again. This is risk level low, destroy transmitter. So let's start that one off. So we're going to use GD2 and we will launch. And we should be in a much better position than we were previously. So let's head off. So as always, we start just below the Nimbatus and we've got our pod here. We do want to gather some more resources. Why am I going quite slow here? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be going as fast as it was previously. Let's just take those out there. And oh yes, it's going to do that. Can I just sort of scoot past it? I don't think I can. I'm going to head to the left. Good grief, is the gravity higher here? I think the gravity might be slightly higher here. I didn't fully check. But it does feel a lot more sluggish. And that could just be because of the weight. No, actually, because the mass is hardly anything. It's only 0.25 for each of these. So we've only added 2 mass over the entire thing. So I don't know. It could just be to do with the atmospheric thickness or something. I'll check when we come out of it. But anyway, let's just gather all these resources because we can. And, you know, it's always useful to gather these. We still haven't found any blue, but that's probably in the center of the planet. In fact, we might have a little explore at some point. So we'll just gather all of these. You can see it's it seems to fill the pods up. It doesn't split them between the two. It seems to just fill one and then the other. Good grief, this is quite thick. It doesn't seem to be having a problem. So if we stop, it doesn't pull us right down really quickly. So it's not the gravity, it's the atmosphere. It must be a lot denser. We can see now we can thrust to the right like that, or at least, well, if we were looking vertically, it would be to the right. But we can go thrust up, and that's keeping us afloat. You see, the problem is that I'm running out of fuel. We can't actually run the ship constantly, which is a bit of a downside. Let's have a look in this cave while we're here. That's pretty good. Let's have a cheeky look in here, shall we? You see, I'm able to keep the thing centralized now. And we are tunneling further down. Battery's fine. Battery's fine. Battery's almost not fine. Battery's off. Okay. And what's in here? Absolutely nothing. Cool. I'm also completely turned around because the camera's spinning. It'll take us a while to get out. It feels like we're trying to fly in water or something. It's like flying around in treacle or a syrup or something. Anyway, we'll head back out. And, we now can see some drone stuff, or like some turrets. So we'll take this turret out first. Then we'll put ourselves centralized, point to the front, rather. And, no, it looks like we hit one of these blue things, so it's put the thing there. All the earth around it, but it shouldn't be a problem. That should be it done. Okay, that's fine. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little explore. I'm strangely the other side of the planet, but I'm going to head back for a drop-off, and then I'm going to just dig down, because I want to see what's in the center, and if we can actually get there. A little bit of a test. We should also probably think about putting some more guns on this, maybe, or like different types of guns. One thing that I quite like, which is a nice detail, when the tanks are half full, so the fuel tank and the resource tank here, you can see when you turn, it still levels out towards the the pull of the planet, which I think is quite good. Right, I'm just gonna stop there and run out of fuel, and whoa! Oh, hell's bells, that hurt. Didn't actually destroy anything, but we did just get hit quite a bit there. So let's dump all this in here, and then we're going to go on a bit of a digging mission. So, spinny round, this away, thrust that way. Take that up. Oh! Well, that's something you don't know until you've tried it, and then that happened. So yeah, what happened there is these blob things, well, when I shot it, it blew up. and it creates more ground, which we knew about. But what I didn't realise is that if you are near it, it will happily eat half of your ship doing it. So that's suboptimal. It means that digging through here is going to be a bit slower, which is a shame. We really need a mining ship, ideally, though. We could probably repurpose this ship and have it as a mining ship. Make a GD mining rig. And have it so that instead of having guns... Oh, we can have guns, but we'll just have loads of lasers just pointing forward. That's all it would do, really. Let's gather these resources here. Yeah, just so it would point forward and just tunnel straight down. That would actually be a lot more efficient than what I'm doing there. Let's try that again. Visit, select drone. What we're going to do is duplicate the drone, and this is going to be GD mining. Okay, we'll edit that. So all of this is about fine, but the weapons on the front, we don't need these. What we need instead is, well, we could use a saw blade, actually. Oh, actually, no, should we just use drills? We could just use drills. Let's see what the size of them is. Oh, yeah, drills is probably better. So get rid of all of these. We don't need those. Get rid of those. They're gone. Okay, so we need a mining drill. Actually, we need several mining drills, and I'm going to place one there, and that will be... to be honest, I don't really need the logic gate anymore, do I? Oh, no, turn it on and off. So we might as well do that. And it, the logic is space, so that's space. So we will put that one in the center, and then we'll duplicate, and then one, duplicate, duplicate. And, yeah, I have no idea if this is going to work. But what I'm also going to do is have a burning... Do I want a burning laser? Yeah, a burning laser. And we're going to put that on the front here. Sorry, on the side, and we'll... Well, front side, I guess. And that's going to be space as well. And it's just going to cut sideways. And the whole point is that it's just going to trim out bits of the... It's going to trim out bits of the side wall. So this thing can get through. So this is the main cutting head, and then this will still cut side to side just to get rid, just to give it a bit of clearance. So let's try that. Let's go to test flight, and space was that's a problem. Yeah, I've still got to set to that. Hang on, my mistake. Back to that one. We need to set that so it is fixed, 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 and fixed. What I probably want to do as well is move the gatherers further forward, because it doesn't really matter. You know what, I'll do that. That'll be a bit better, won't it? Yeah, that makes much more sense. So that there and that there. There we are. And that can pull back to there and pull back to there. Right. Actually, the question is, do we want to... No. What we want to do is have more storage on this as well. So we're going to have some extra storage for that and that. And on the back, that. And you can see the centre of mass is coming back over a little bit. It's still quite heavy forward. Let's save and exit and see. Oh, hang on. Edit one. Test flight first. Well, that does work. The lasers are a bit cutty. They're cutting a bit too further, a bit too far. I'm going to get rid of the... I'm going to get rid of that thing there as well. I don't really need the shields, I don't think. Right, should we try that? We could try that. Save and exit. Okay, so we'll launch on this mission. We've already done it, so this is just an exploratory one. It says, you know, destroy the transmitter. Well, we already have. You can see the front is now a bit wobbly. I think almost every physics game I've played bar... There's a couple. There's one or two. Seem to have this weird wobbly thing. This weird wobbly system thing going on. Where it's not so much welded, it's so much like sort of tacked on. Anyway, so we press space, left click, and we will start digging through. And That is far more effective than it has any right to be. That is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Well, I mean, we didn't want to run out of energy, but I mean, you know, we got that far. Right, let's keep digging. I'm happy about that. I'm very impressed with that. And the side laser's doing exactly what I wanted. Just give it a little bit extra clearance. So that's fine. And there we go. I don't think there's anything here, is there? No, there's not. There's nothing in the centre. It's a shame. Right, well, we do have a mining rig now, though. Right, so we're going to go on to this one again. We'll travel to Leliro. This is collect metallic bio barrels. Ah, the Corp has contaminated the planet with its leaking bio barrels. Find them and bring them to your container to clean the planet. Risk level is hard. Let's select the drone of the GD2 and we'll scout it out. So why is it difficulty of hard? Actually, what I should have done as well is check to see what sort of atmosphere we had. It does seem to be as sluggish as the last one, so I think a bigger... Bloody hell, we're immediately set by these things, and I don't think we can destroy the barrels. We can destroy the barrels, yes, but we just need to collect a couple of them. So shields, that works. So we need to collect these. How are we going to do that? Well, we probably need a magnet. So let's go back. So we'll go leave planet. Select drone. GD2 will probably work. Do we need GD2? Yeah, GD2 is better. So we'll have GD2. We're going to edit that. Actually, no, we'll say... save and exit. We'll duplicate it. Because there's no reason not to. It's not as if we're worried about storage space. It's not like the mid-80s. GD pickup. We're going to have it up. Okay. There we go. And we'll edit that. So we want... Do we want coolers? Probably. What I do want, though, is to move these along. We don't need anything for storage. We don't need to worry about that. We're not having collectors. So we can probably put these like that. What are those connected to? Oh, that's the cooler, right. I'm worried about that part. Is that overloaded? It doesn't say it. Well, it just says warning. Attaching too many parts to a single part may cause instabilities. Well, it doesn't tell me which one, does it? Tag bindings. Yeah, you can add tags. This is the thing about what I mentioned earlier about having like the names of things, but it's still a bit iffy. So I can just say aft thrust, and then this one we can say tag the output. It's just a way of having remove tag. It's just a way of having virtual keys, so you make up your own key names. But I guess you could use it. Actually, could you use it as? Could you use it as, say, A and then add another one? I guess you could. It sort of adds an extra key to it in some ways, but you can't have like many multiples of it. Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably use those later on. So we'll pull these further forward. We're going to sort of redesign this because this is just pickup. So we want to protect these batteries, so we'll do that. These things can go along to there. And quite frankly, I want to duplicate that. It won't go. That, you know what I can do with that? Couple that to that. And then duplicate the entire thing. Right. Now that has got some speed on it. Oh yeah, that's much better. There we go. So it's a bit long, but it's got some speed on it. So we need to be able to gather things now. So where do I want to put my magnets? So we do have magnets. Where is it? Mechanical parts, yes, and magnets. And I could probably put the magnets on the side here and put them like there. And then duplicate. Oh, attract. don't have collectors. So F. F is to attract. G to not do so. Connect that to there. And then save and exit. So, that's the GD pickup. Let's try this thing and see what it's like. So, obviously I have put some more thrusters on. So, oh, immediately, yeah, we got some more speed on this one now. We're going to turn on our shields and our weapon systems. We will head towards this thing. We've got a barrel there. Sadly, we're not going to be able to get because, well, yeah, we're a little bit overzealous. But hey-ho, let's take that out. A lot of resources there, but we can't grab any of that. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's thrust up, and we want to attract the barrel. Excellent. And, ooh, is that leaking? Ooh, yes, it is. The problem is I'm now going to have to... Come on. Come on. Yeah, we don't have the... I don't think we have the thrust. No. We don't have the thrust. Oh, yeah, that seems safe. Yeah, just have it bounce around like that. I'm guessing those can blow up, right? Oh. Right, we got the one. Right, we got the one. I'm going to take it out this way. So I have to keep... I've got my hand in like a claw formation now because I'm holding on to F. As well as having to control this thing. And if we just gently drop it in there, will that be one? Yes, it is one. Excellent. Oh, spot on. Right, we'll just gently bash the magnet off there. How do magnets work? Right, let's go down here. And, oh, hang on. Why is it... It was drifting that way for some reason there. Have we got a damaged thruster or something? Because it doesn't seem to be working as much as it did. I see that it's actually... Is that magnetizing itself? We could have used grapplers and all sorts of systems, but we didn't. So there we go. There's the end of that chat. Are we going to be able to squeeze past this thruster? Oh yeah, that's safe. Oh, good grief. Right, no, thrust forward, please. On. Go. Just get past. Just get past. Go. It's not going to work, is it? Can we not get past there? No, because that thruster, it's actually got a... You can't get too close to it. Right, okay. Put my hand in the crippling formation again. Oh, we're out of fuel. That's why we can't move. Right, I'll just bash the... just bash the drone up everything. Right, I'm just going to sit it here and gather some fuel. There we go. Why is it not moving forward at all? Look at that there. See, it's not moving at all. That was really weird. It wasn't moving at all there. Oh, and how we... yeah, just get a fuel barrel out of a hole. That's easy job. No problem. 30 seconds work, Derek. No problem. Well, that's better. That's better. Right, just gently. Edge it round. Use the back as a pivot. Right, that's it. Smooth as Egyptian whiskey. Right. And just give it a little nudge. In you go. There we go. That complied to loads of health and safety rules, that did. Right, so, I'm immediately seeing a problem. We doubled the engine power, but we didn't do anything when it comes to the fuel situation. So, perhaps that's the next thing we should do. Anyway, so apparently this is a really difficult one. So, let's just keep going. And there's some more things to deal with an explosive barrel. Yeah, that went boom. Oh, good grief. We're just running out of energy. Fuel all the time. That's not good. So we'll just sort of drift up here. The gravity isn't like a problem really. There we go. And right. So. Whoa, hang on. No, what? Why can't we take off sideways? Can we not take off sideways at all? Is making it heavier, has that stopped us taking it sideways? It just doesn't work anymore. Why are we stuck? Not anymore, we're not. Right, let's just keep going. And we're out of fuel. Okay, that's just far too annoying for me to even deal with. We'll be there forever. Let's edit that. we want to put some more fuel on this thing. So we'll use fuel, we'll use a medium fuel tank, and we're going to clamp some medium fuel tanks. 1, 2, 1, 2, duplicate that, we'll connect it to the back, 1, 2, and obviously it's fairly safe just having fuel tanks lining the side of the ship, and there we go. It's still quite heavy. I wonder what else we can use apart from a magnet. Do we have any way of picking stuff up? Not really. We could use no, because a decoupler is just literally a decoupler. Yeah, and a spring is a spring, and a factory part is, I have no idea. Yeah, so spring bounces about. We've got the decoupler, which it's not a maglock. It doesn't clamp on and clamp, and it doesn't clamp and then unclamp. It's just, it decouples. We could make a scoop. We could have two motorized hinges and have like a claw at the front and use these parts, but I don't think that's what we'll do. We'll probably go with this design, but I think for now we will leave it there. Next episode, we'll see if this thing works. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.